consternation on the captain's faces. He and his senior lieutenants eyed the green and wicked-looking pitch. Gower immediately called up David Smith, his extra batsman, at the expense of Edmonds. It was a toss he couldn't afford to lose, the result almost certainly resting on the spin of a coin. But just now, nothing's going right for England. Marshall instantly confirmed the wicket was not just lively, but positively lethal. It was hardly the ideal platform on which to rebuild England's honour. In fact, as Richards' air arm buzzed him mercilessly, Gooch must have reckoned it was hardly cricket either. The shockwaves certainly seemed to stun Robinson, Marshall easily picking him up off Garner for a duck. Next in the target area was Gower. Marshall was after his head. Gower just pleased to get away. 3 balls later, he could have had his wicket too. Marshall only had himself to blame. But at one end, Marshall softened him up, leaving Garner to wipe him out at the other, Dujon leaping with delight. Patterson soon promised Smith the toughest test of character a batsman could have. Part of the trial was watching Gooch go for 14. Richards' catch giving Garner his 3rd wicket as the big bird wheeled like an albatross over England's...
It's been a day of rare success for England in the 4th Test against the West Indies in Trinidad. Botham and John Embury restricted the home side to 7 for 271 in reply to England's first innings total of 200.
Sadly, there were all too few West Indian witnesses to Botham's best all-round performance of the tour, following up his responsible batting with a fine spell of bowling. He constantly hurried Haynes, conceding only 12 in his first 7 overs. He deserved better. Haynes looked just as edgy against Foster, who was clearly most impressed with his own efforts. And well he might have been. A change of ends and a change of luck. Haynes snapped up by Botham for 25. Encouragingly for England, Embury extracted enough early turn to have Greenwich thoroughly bemused. Next over, a nasty grubber saw Embury and umpire Cumberbatch in perfect harmony. Greenwich gone for 42. Thomas rapidly discovered that Richardson had lost none of his fizz, leaving a deposit among the now deserted bottle stalls. Though the batsman of the series was spilled by Willie on 31. But Embury ensured it wasn't an expensive miss, bowling him with a beautifully flighted delivery. The omnipotent Richards announced his presence in a manner that left England looking towards the heavens. Though in one demonic over, Thomas showed that cricket's deity can sometimes be challenged. Richards merely dusted off such mortal irritation. The good news was that Botham was bouncing back towards his best. Suddenly there was no holding. Harper quickly followed as Botham snapped and snarled at the West Indies' tail. When the last man, Patterson, was plucked out, the West Indies had a lead of 112 and Botham his first 5-wicket haul of the tour. But the bad news was the batting. It took only 3 balls before Gooch gave himself up. Garner set up Robinson to remove himself too. Then next ball from the other end, Patterson outpaced Gower, and the captain hung his head in penury. England 30 for 3. Once again, David Smith stood up bold and brave as he tried to take the battle to the bowlers. But the West Indies artillery was alarming, the casualties increasing. The tank-like Patterson pounded the pitch and the batsmen alike. The warning shot was followed by the killer blow, a bullet of a ball. Holding then disarmed the defiant Smith for 32. Botham tried to beat back the depressing thought of defeat until Gomes cut him down on 25. At least the West Indies would have the bat again, though England were fast waving goodbye to their 4th test in a row. The innings splintered apart like so much matchwood. England all out for 150, and another Calypso was in the air.
Just repeating, the West Indies won the 4th Test by 10 wickets. The 5th and final Test starts in Antigua on April the 9th.